to the top end now, where Aboriginal stockmen played a crucial role in the establishment of the Queensland and Northern Territory cattle industry. But when Indigenous workers were granted equal pay, many of these stockmen were driven off the stations. This week, a cattle drive in the remote Roper Gulf region signalled a resurgence of Indigenous interest in the industry. Louisa Rebgetz reports.
This country was built on the backbone of the Aboriginal stockmen in the cattle industry. But they're all gone. They don't do it anymore. But I'd like to see it come back.
I want to learn how to be stock girl and cowboy girl.
This is an historic moment. These teenagers from the remote Northern Territory community of Nooka are mustering cattle across one of Australia's most renowned river crossings, the Roper Bar. In doing so, they're following in the footsteps of their grandfathers.
All the cattle that came through from Queensland and then headed over to the Kimberleys all came through this area here. And I don't know how long it's been since there's a mob of cattle that have walked across the bar. It could have been 30 or 40 years.
Come back, Michael, not too far. Up here, you mob, quick.
The 10 students from Nooka School are training to work in the cattle industry. They're driving their herd about 60 kilometres across the dry and dusty Roper Gulf country and enjoying the challenge.
I like making my horse know me. Good. It's good fun when you ride a horse.
Horses is the best tool I've found for teaching a kid to be anything he wants to be. It just changes their attitude towards life, I reckon it does. Just makes them just much happier people. They've got something to do.
Indigenous stockmen were once the backbone of the Northern Territory cattle industry, but their numbers dropped markedly after they made a stand in the 1960s for equal wages and conditions. Indigenous stockmen are now few and far between.
Hardly any. And I don't know why, they find it hard to leave their camp.
We're looking to to grow the pastoral industry again in our area. We have vast tracts of very good quality land. It's well watered, well grassed, and we have families who are very keen to move that way.
Go ahead, that's it.
The Nooka School has set up a horse riding program. They've built infrastructure and fenced off land to graze the cattle.
We have about 15 horses, and we also have as school council employs the 2 trainers, so meaning we can train as many kids when we want, how we want, as often as we want.
Toby Gorringe teaches pastoral industry skills at the school. He's worked on cattle stations for years and believes his young students have great potential.
They just got natural skills, and their balance and reflexes are just incredible. If a horse jumps, they're just right with them, it doesn't worry them.
Breakfast!
Like many remote Indigenous communities, Nooka struggles to get students to attend school regularly. The principal is hoping this program will encourage them to stay on and study.
We hope we might have 4 or 5 next year complete year 11. That's our aim. But we're targeting about 15 kids to have a Certificate 2 in rural ops at least by the end of the year.
We take them to school every Friday. Sometimes some horse fight for feed. When we call them name, they hear us and they run. When I say Roper, and the horse was running at me, and she bumped me like that. Brush him, make him have a shower, and feed him, put the nose big on him, and take them saddle and bridle off.
But this program isn't just about producing potential stockmen. Creating real jobs is the ultimate aim. Toby Gorringe believes looking after horses teaches students to take responsibility.
Once they learn to be able to look after a horse, they can look after anything. Because that's part of what they got to do. When they go out and work in the mines or on the council or mechanic, doesn't matter. They look after their own tools then and look after the truck they're driving. And it's all about teaching them to be responsible. That's what it's all about.
The transfer of skills into the mining sector couldn't be more relevant. The community bought the cattle with money given to them by Western Desert Resources, a company wanting to set up an iron ore mine in the area.
We're looking at how we can get involved in the mining industry, pick up contracts and pick up work. But those kind of jobs aren't for everybody. And the cattle industry really does appeal to a lot of our young kids.
After 5 long days, these students are proud of what they've achieved. And they hope this cattle drive is just the start of rebuilding a very historic industry.
This is a part of our plan to create jobs and career paths and opportunities for our young people right across the board. It's great to see this happening.
Louisa Rebgetz with that report.